Here's a look at the fans streaming in to Safeco Field at the corner of Edgar and Dave. Mariners playing some spectacular baseball. As we welcome you to Mariner Baseball, Dave Sims, Mike Lauer's Root Sports crew, and Wade LeBlanc taking them out here for the Mariners. He just got a contract extension. Great news for him. And he's going to try to beat the Angels for the second time here this season. Let's take a look at that Angel batting order.
David Fletcher will lead things off, and then it is Mike Trout. You want to be careful with him. In 6 games at Safeco this year, Trout hitting .640 with 5 home runs. The cleanup hitter, Albert Pujols, 12 home runs on the year. Shohei Ohtani just activated from the disabled list. He will be the DH and hit 6th. Wade LeBlanc, overall this year, 3-0 record, a 3.38 ERA. In 72 innings, he has 56 strikeouts, just 15 walks on the year. Opponents hitting .258.
Here we go, Wade LeBlanc getting things going. Roll Tide here as we get started in Seattle on a beautiful night. First pitch is up high, ball 1. Home plate umpire Trip Gibson. Brian Gorman, his dad Tom, a great umpire back in the day. He's at first, Mike Malinsky at second, and Adrian Johnson is the umpire at third. LeBlanc, a quick worker, and falls behind 2-0. 73 degrees here in Seattle. Wind out of the west at 2. Flags. Oh, they're not up there. American flag at half mast. There's a strike. So we are underway here. Mariners trying to win their 8th consecutive ball game. Through the whole base hit. Wade LeBlanc has had his troubles in the first inning. Got a 9 ERA in first inning action. Then it drops off from there. Gets into a groove. And he's had problems. He gave up a 2-run homer last start in the first inning to Danny Valencia in Baltimore. Statcast powered by AWS as we look at Mike Trout coming to the plate. He's been on a little bit of a slide his last 6 games, hitting .211, but he's been devastating against the Mariners this season. And how many times does the number 4 hold any relevance to you, Mike?
Well, I think for Trout, this is one thing that we know, is he's a good low ball hitter. Sinking fastball.
That's a good pitch, and Trout came into that at bat. 4 for 6 with a home run against the Mariners in first inning action.
Right off the end of the bat. Romero Supermo, easy play for Wade. David Fletcher, who led the game off with a base hit, will reach second, so a runner in scoring position for the Angels.
Trout just has insane numbers here at Safeco Field in his career. Here's Justin Upton. Mariners 4-2 against the Angels here at Safeco Field. This begins our 3rd and final visit. We haven't even been to Anaheim yet. We'll go down there next week.
This might be a good matchup for Wade. He pitched well against him earlier back in June, going 5 innings, just 2 earned runs. And the Angels this year have struggled against lefties overall, hitting just .231 as a team.
LeBlanc, no decisions in his last 2 outings. At Baltimore and at Boston, his last victory was against the Red Sox on June 16th, going 7 2/3. It's 2-1 here to Justin Upton. Upton in his first trip here to Seattle went 2 for 13 with a home run. Second time here, he went 3 for 11. July 4th upon us. Red, white, and blue colors prominent all over, and the numbers there you see it highlighting the numbers. Same with the Mariners. Stars and stripes with motif pretty consistent. And Zunino certainly outfitted in a very patriotic manner. Big on the stars. Big change from the other night when they were painting everything black for turning the clock ahead. Here's 2-1. Just off the plate, 3-1.
For Wade, his average fastball 86, cutter, changeup, curveball. Last outing he used his curveball a little bit more than usual. I think that'll be the case again today.
Last 3 games of a 4-city 10-game tour for these Angels. There's a strike. Angels coming in. Won the first 2 games down in Baltimore. Lost the finale on Sunday 8-2, and they were off yesterday. There's Mike Scioscia, 19th all-time in wins in Major League Baseball, 1,613 Ws. Pitch stopped and foul back.
Pretty good cutter. Wade will do that to the right-handers from time to time. Start the cutter off the plate away and try to catch the outside corner.
Shohei Ohtani back in action, activated tonight. It's 21 games. UCL sprain under his right elbow. 3-2 here to Upton. Great call. 2 down. Upton has had all kinds of problems with Upton. Just 3 for 25 going into that AB.
Denard Span will get the start out in left field. So Gamble getting the evening off. Segura and Gordon playing up the middle. And Mike Zunino will do the catching.
Here's future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols. 2 for 6 career against LeBlanc. Won a home run we showed in the open back on June 11. Oh, 1 Albert. 2 for 3 in a Sunday loss at Baltimore. 3,046 career hits, 27th all time. A 4th here, picked up career hit number 3,000. 2 balls, no strikes. Pujols' numbers very impressive, as are LeBlanc's as a starter. Wade 3-0 with a 309 mark as a starter for the Mariners this season. Congratulations on the contract extension. 2-0. And now 3-0 Pujols.
2-0. You have a base open. Simmons waiting on deck, having a fabulous year for the Angels, hitting .319 overall. But 2-0 changeup down out of the strike zone.
Strike at the top of the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 out, runner at second. David Fletcher, base hit through the whole left side. Pujols showing up in many all-time career categories as he fouls this one off. Big fireworks show coming up after this game. Crowd expected to be in the neighborhood of 30 to 33,000. And of course tomorrow, July 4th. A 1:10 first pitch tomorrow. See, Mike Leake will be on the mound tomorrow for the Mariners. 3-2 to Pujols. Breaking ball up high, lost it.
And for Wade LeBlanc, we mentioned it, his fastball on average this year 86 miles an hour. That's his 4-seamer. His cutter will be right around 83, 84 miles an hour. Changeup at 78.
Here's Andrelton Simmons, a .319 hitter with 5 homers, 38 RBIs, and man, has he turned into a very good offensive player. Pounds this one. Seager to the bag, inning over. Timing's everything, isn't it? D. Gordon's going to lead it off when we come back. Here's Andrew Heaney, left-hander, 4-5 record. Let's take a look at the batting order he'll face tonight.
Mariners starting lineup brought to you by Jack in the Box. D. Gordon going to lead things off. He leads the American League with 21 stolen bases. Gene Segura hitting second, 35 multi-hit games for him. And Nelson Cruz, he leads the team with 21 home runs. Andrew Heaney, good left-hander for the Angels. 4-5 record, a 3.95 ERA. Again, he struggled in his last outing. Struggled against the Mariners earlier this year, but 76 strikeouts over 24 walks. Opponents hitting .243 against him.
Heaney out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. First pitch to D. Gordon. He's in there for strike. D. Gordon batting .329 when leading off a game. 23 for 70. See if he can get it going here tonight. He coming off a 1-for-4 performance on Sunday. Been a struggle for him lately. Just one hit in his last 12 at bats. He has been an energizer guy for this ball club. There's a bunt foul, 1-2.
For Heaney, average fastball at 92 miles an hour. Slider's his best pitch, but he'll mix in a changeup.
And he broke in with Miami back in the 14 season, went 0-3 since then with the Angels. Now let's get a fashion statement from you, Mike. What do you think of the alternate socks that many of the boys are wearing here today?
I like it. I like everything that they have out there. There are the socks. You're the one that should actually comment on the socks, Dave. You have a pretty good sock game yourself. Huh?
That's not bad.
Not
Thank
bad.
you.
Okay.
Here's a ground ball to Kinsler, one down.
And the defense for the Angels, Mike Trout in center field. Simmons and Kinsler will be playing up the middle. On the infield, Martin Maldonado, strong throwing arm. He will do the catching.
We've learned about Maldonado. You're at first base. Do not fall asleep. He's got a cannon, and he's not afraid to show it off. There's Gene Segura. What a run he's on. Third in hitting in the American League, fourth in the major leagues. 6-game hitting streak. This guy is fun to watch. 35 multi-hit ball games, leads the American League. And he will go pole to pole. They don't shift on him. This one ripped. That'll get down into the corner. Gene, a hit machine with a double, his 24th, and the Mariners a one-out base runner.
Gene being aggressive. Primera Supermo on the slider, 79 miles an hour in the middle of the plate. Solid line drive down into the corner.
Good for Gene. First hit of the night. Here's Mitch Haniger. Last time the Angels saw Haniger, he walked him off back on the 13th of June. Bottom of the 9th, home run to win it. And complete the sweep. It's really unusual the way this schedule has worked out. This is their third and final trip to Seattle, and it's only July 3rd. And the Mariners have yet to touch down in Angel Stadium. That'll end a week from tonight. 3 games, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, and then the last weekend of the month, 27, 28, 29, and then the middle of September will be the final time we see the Angels. Right now, this series, the Mariners have a chance to wave bye-bye between this series and next series. Angels 11 games behind the Mariners. Houston leading 5-2 at Texas in the 7th. Texas, Mariners looking for some help from them. Mariners a half game behind Houston.
Haniger second in the American League in RBIs with 62.
walk-off homer against the Angels last time out was impressive. It just started to rain here, and the roof was just starting to close. I believe that was a Facebook game. And was down in the press box sitting with Steve Kelly, longtime columnist here. Good catching up with him, and he said, I wonder if I can end it before the roof closes. And no sooner did he say it, the ball was gone.
Yeah, Mitch with 17 home runs on the year.
The other way, foul. Mitch coming off an 0 for 3 on Sunday. Mariners completing a sweep against Kansas City. A 1-0 victory. The Mariners' 5th 1-0 win this season. And how about the fact that it was a 2-hour game to the second, which is almost unheard of in this day and age. Full count here to Mitch Haniger. Nelson Cruz on deck.
Heaney with a pretty good fastball here in the first. 95 miles an hour. Last couple of fastballs that he has thrown.
Simmons and Kinsler trying to keep Segura close at second. Old Tony Gwynn's 6-hole is wide open on the left side here for Haniger. 3-2. Breaking ball, and he takes it for ball 4. Nice setup for Nelson Cruz. So Heaney gave up a home run to Nelly back on the 11th of June. And here comes the boomstick right now.
And for Nelson, his average up to 273 now, 21 home runs, 51 RBIs for him.
Nelly in that game on the 11th, a first inning home run and a 4th inning home run against Mr. Heaney. Saturday night he was the rage with the sleeveless shirt on the turn ahead the clock night over the weekend. Some friends down at the Special Olympics yesterday, and a lot of the ladies were still buzzing. Can we do that again? He had on his Instagram account sleeveless or sleeves, and sleeveless was an overwhelming winner.
Probably 3 or 4 guys, right, that were sleeveless.
Gamble and Denard Span also quite impressive, but Nelly was the winner. It was a gun show. 1-1 here. Mariners threatened here with 1 out, couple of men aboard. Nelson Cruz, a 1-1 pitch. You know, fresh in Heaney's mind, the 2 bombs that Nelly hit off him last time here. Two balls, 1 strike. Hit hard and foul.
Nelson has been a hot hitter. The last 10 games hitting 400 with 3 home runs.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Takes it, and the count runs full. Kyle Seager's on deck. I'm sure you're with me when you are now rooting for another installment of how far can he hit it. Nelson Cruz, 3rd in exit velocity in the major leagues behind Joey Gallo and Aaron Judge. Average exit velocity of 95.7.
Not surprised to hear that. Heaney taking a lot of time
Here we go, 3-2, 1 out, 2 on. And the bases are loaded for Kyle Seager. Heaney clearly didn't sleep well knowing he had this assignment back here in this ballpark against Nelson Cruz, who took him deep twice last time. So here we go.
20 pitches so far in the inning, 11 strikes for Heaney.
Kyle 3 for 9 on the homestand, starting to come around. And Scott Service talking about, yeah, the batting average isn't where he would like it, but certainly the productivity's been there when it comes to extra base hits. 21 doubles, 15 home runs, 49 runs batted in. And Kyle's always been good with the bases juiced, as you see there with 4 salamis. Ball 1. Seager against Heaney is 4 for 9. Nowhere for Heaney to put him.
Well, he started him with the breaking ball, missed with it. Kyle be looking for the fastball, something middle of the plate.
Heaney set, 1-0 to Kyle. And it's to right field. That's going to get down. Chris Young got to play him hop. He falls down. He might have hurt himself. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. Seager to second with a 2-run double. It's 2-0 Mariners. Having suffered an Achilles injury myself, it wouldn't shock me if he just did his, the way he went down in a heap.
Well, it definitely hurt. He looked as if he was grabbing his calf, so you may be right, Dave. Kyle with a couple of RBIs, now 51 RBIs on the season, and they're working on that knee.
A broken bat base hit, and wow, man. He's in good shape. He's in good shape. Plant. And then, oh yeah, right there, the right foot just gave out.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's not good. Man, that's a shame. Howie Kendrick, the Washington Nationals, he's suffering an Achilles injury, just going back on a fly ball about a month and a half ago. Step aside, 2-0 Mariners. Just helped off the field. Cole Calhoun, longtime stalwart in right field. He takes over for Chris Young, and the question, Mike, what happened to his game? 63 games. Cole Calhoun hitting $168, 4 homers, 16 runs batted in, 248 slug, and 221 on base percentage. What happened?
That just really struggled offensively. Still one of the better throwing arms in the American League.
Here's Ryan Healy. A couple of men out there, 1 out. Strike 1 to Ryan. He's hot. 5 for his last 7. Cruz at third, Seager. 2-run double. He's at second. Fly ball out of play. 0-2. Houston playing at Texas now in the 8th inning. Top of the 8th. Houston a 5-2 lead. I don't remember Heaney being this deliberate.
I don't either.
0-2 pitch to Ryan Healy. And he swings, and here comes Nelly. He's going to score, standing up, and Seager gets to third. A strikeout wild pitch. 3-0 Mariners. How about that?
I think it was on a slider that Maldonado, the catcher, just completely misses it. Definitely in off the plate. I think he was crossed up. He never turned his glove over where the ball was breaking, and it gets past him. Be a wild pitch.
So scoring on a play, Cruz. And here's Denard Span. Runners at the corners. 1 out. Not bad.
One of the things with Heaney, and you were talking about how deliberate he has been today, has struggled in his last outing, struggled against the Mariners earlier. Appears to be really careful here in the first inning, and it's not working out for him.
Span, the 8th man to the plate. In Saturday's game, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Behind here 0-2. Angels come in a game above 500. 2-5 on this road trip. They were in third place, been overtaken by the Athletics. A's 7 games over 500 entering today's action. Trailing 2-0 at home in San Diego. 0-2 to Span. 1-2.
28 pitches in the inning.
He's scuffling it.
17 strikes.
1-2 record here at Safeco Field, a 5.11 ERA. One out, runners at the corners. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. Second strikeout from Heaney. And that'll bring up Mike Zunino. Mike's got 12 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Batting average not where he would like it at 188. Certainly making up for it with his guidance of the pitching staff, which has really been outstanding. 8th man to the plate. Breaking ball, strike 1. Mike went upper tank last week with a home run about 2 rows from the top and the upper deck in left field. And how did he just had the Love Nelson Cruz's reaction, the cutaway of him going, wow. That is a major compliment. And Mike's going on 3 pitches. Mariners get 3 runs on 2 hits. Leave a couple. Shohei Ohtani. Haven't seen him since May 4 here in this building. He's going to lead things off. to the red, white, and Mariners blue ticket special going on now. Select view level tickets. They're only $17.76 for the series next month with our neighbors to the north, the Toronto Blue Jays. The special offer is going to end on Thursday at 2 p.m. So hurry and head to mariners.com/blue for tickets. Here's Ohtani, 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI when we saw him here May 4th. Did not play in the series here in June. Talking to Justin Upton about him. Can you tell me about this young man? He says everything plays. It's the real deal. His pitching, his hitting. He's
opposite
got
field power.
He's got the entire package.
Watch him take batting practice today. Ball is really jumping. Wade LeBlanc is able to pitch around a runner in scoring position in the first. As Dave mentioned, the first inning has been his trouble inning, so he's past that. And now a little bit of run support.
Ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called, got him. LeBlanc's second strikeout. Both have been looking. He got Upton in the first.
I'll take a look at the breaking ball right on the outside corner at the knees.
So 1 out. Here's Ian Kinsler. We're talking about Calhoun's numbers being way off his usual pace. Ditto for Kinsler, just 215. 11 homers and 22 runs batted in. And we're also used to seeing him leading off. Here he is batting in the 7 hole. Angels went 14 and 11 in April, 14 and 15 in May, and a game under 500 in June. He's really fallen off.
Last 3 seasons.
I've seen a lot of him over the years. Detroit, Texas prior to coming here. Block 3-0. With a strike. Martin Maldonado's on deck. He's the catcher. Chance for these Mariners to take care of teams hovering around the 500 mark when Colorado comes in. Colorado started today 42 and 43, and there was a time early in the season the ball club was up top of the National League West. He's looking Mel Stoudemire. Mel Stoudemire Jr., pitching coach for the Mariners. Well hit left center field. Staying in the yard. Heredia calls off Span. So 2 down. Here in the Angels' second. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Maldonado, catcher, hitting at 243 with 5 homers and 32 runs batted in. Taking great view looking down the first base line from the right field foul pole. 9 pitchers on the disabled list for these Angels. That is one overcrowded situation. Also, Rene Rivera, veteran catcher, he's out. The relief corps decimated, so this is a great opportunity for the Mariners to jump on them when they're down 1-1. That is some pitch, very effective by Wade LeBlanc.
Back-to-back changeups. Changeup at 78 miles an hour.
Maldonado, a veteran, slowing down. Wade likes to work quickly. Wade's wins this year, May 31st, here in home Texas. 5 innings. 5 innings against the Angels on June 11th. 7 2/3 against Boston inside. All 3 of his wins here at home. Two pitch, 2 out, nobody on. And dribble foul. Just tuning in. 2-run bases loaded double by Kyle Seager. A wild pitch brought Nelson Cruz home. 3 runs for the Mariners. It's Kyle chatting it up with Dino Ebel, the third base coach. 2-2. The other way, base hit down the line. Could be extra bases. Haniger going over, try to get it. And that'll be a double as it hits the sidewall. Haniger, 9 assists. Tied with former Mariner Leonis Martin for the league lead in that category.
I think this was on the cutter. The cut fastball, Primera Supermo, 85 miles an hour, trying to go to the inside corner. It's in the middle of the plate.
13th double for Maldonado. Doesn't hit the sideboard right there. Mitch might have had a chance to throw him out. With a leg injury to starter Chris Young, here's Cole Calhoun. His stance has changed since we saw him last.
Well,
he's in a heck of a crouch. Remember, he used to buggy whip all the time.
Yeah, hitting 168. He's trying anything at this point. His hands being that low either.
Deep crouch, hands low, and he was always hands up around up high and buggy whipping that thing before he did his finish load. One and one. Two balls, 1 strike. Calhoun facing blank for the first time. Mariners fresh off yesterday, a day off after they completed the sweep against Kansas City on Sunday. There's a strike, even it counted 2-2. I
think Calhoun would have a tough time getting to that last pitch, a fastball on the inside corner, but more importantly above the belt with as low as his hands are.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Chops it. Here comes D. Gordon. Nice play to retire Calhoun and the Angels in the second. Guillermo Heredia will lead things off when we come back. The Mariners on top 3-0.
Tonight, also Twitter Tuesday going on, and right now it's time for question 2. So using hashtag RootQ2, tell us which player will have the most hits in tonight's ball game. If you're not following us on Twitter, why not? It's at @RootSports_NW. This is for a chance to win an autographed Ben Gamel ball. So again, hashtag RootQ2 and tell us which player will end up with the most hits in tonight's ball game. Guys, back to you.
Hey, Angie, I like that. Why not? Here's Heredia, fouls one off. Heredia, Gordon, and Segura, 9-1 and 2 here in the second. Kyle Seager, 2-run double. And a wild pitch scored Nelson Cruz for the Mariners 3 runs.
Andrew Heaney had to throw 32 pitches in the first inning.
Down the line and getting fouled.
We've seen a good fastball from him. He's topped out at 95.
Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball getting. It's 4 consecutive strikeouts here for Heaney.
Looks like the slider, Primera Supermo. Heredia out in front of the slider.
On away, top of the order, D. Gordon. Showing bunt. It was the afternoon after the turn ahead of the clock. I had to be in a clubhouse getting my allergy injections. I'm talking to Kyle Seager, and he says, "How about D. Gordon? He was skinny jacked with the sleeveless look." Skinny jacked. So D's in the hallway. I heard that. Kyle said, "Hey man, I meant it as a compliment." He said, "Yeah, I know. I'm just playing with you." You are jacked. Junior, Ken Griffey Jr. would have been proud. He played most of that. I think he played the entire game with his hat on backwards. 1-1.
They had a lot of fun with it. The entire team did. He has done well against left-handers this year, hitting 298.
So right to the second baseman, Kinsley. Quick 2 outs. Second time he's grounded out to in. 2 away here in the second inning. Friday, you know what? It's EQC Girls Night Out on the Mariners in Rocky Square up at 710. Just $40. It's going to get you a game ticket, a stylish tank top, and a drink voucher. So get your tickets. They're only available at mariners.com/girls. Gene Segura doubled it. It's in the left field corner. First time up and scored on the Seager double. One. Cheating charge here, 2-0. Houston and Texas now bottom 8. Astros 5-2 over the Rangers. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 Segura, 2 out, nobody on.
35 multi-hit games for Segura. This is the most in the American League.
Count evens, 2-2. Look at the American League leaderboard. Yep, Mike Trout's all over it, but guess what? So is Gene Segura. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. 5 strikeouts for Heaney. That'll do it for the Mariners in the second. They lead at 3-0. Planning for your future. Start with simple steps today at countryfinancial.com. By the National Electrical Contractors Association, Cascade Chapter, investing in our future. And by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at Safeco.com. Do more. So look at Elliott Bay, and we welcome you back here, Safeco Field, where the sun's starting to reflect off the glass out in left field. David Fletcher, top of the order here. 0-1 pitch from LeBlanc. And look who stopped by on a Tuesday night. Mariners Hall of Famer Dan the Man Wilson. What's going on, pal? Good
David,
to see
how are you?
Doing
Hello.
well.
Dan,
Doing
it's
well.
good to see you.
Hey, I got a question for you right out the bat. LeBlanc got through the first inning unscathed, but he came in with a 9.00 ERA in the first inning. You know that Felix has had his first inning troubles. As a catcher, how do you get a guy through it? How do you explain it?
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things. Really, it's inexplainable. I think it's just one of those things that happens sometimes to a pitcher. But I think that you know, there's a lot of different things guys attempt. See Segura make a great throw to first, but different guys attempt it a different way. Some guys will do something different out in the pregame warm-up. They may sit down and take a break and then get up in the bullpen again as if that's their first inning, and then they finish their warm-ups and come back into the ball game. And you just try different things, and obviously you find what works for you, and you stick with it. But obviously did a nice job to get through that first inning tonight.
Here's Mike Trout. Hold your breath time. Why not, given the numbers he's put up here? Best numbers in his career at an opposing ballpark right here. He went 9 for 14 in the 3-game series here in June. 3 doubles, a triple, a homer, knocked in 3. LeBlanc, 1-1. D. Gordon calls off Segura. So Trout, who came in over his last 6 games hitting at .211, he's 0 for 2 tonight.
And I thought it was interesting. I was watching the Angels playing in Boston, and the Red Sox was almost nothing but high fastballs to him the entire time. I mean, just telling him, we're going to throw the fastball and we're going to throw it at the top of the zone. Right. And he ended up picking up a few hits, but they kept him in the ballpark. I don't know if you can continue to do that, because these great hitters, you know, they make their adjustments, but to see that happen throughout a series, I was surprised. And even right there, that was a high cut fastball, jammed him up a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you go with something like that until he shows you that he's made the adjustment. And I know for a lot of years we did the same thing kind of to Frank Thomas. We would just continue to go in there until, you know, they make the adjustment, and you hope the adjustment is in the ballpark, obviously. but then yes, you know, a lot of times that'll open up a way again, and then you can start to mix, and then, you know, hopefully you've accomplished what you want with them.
Outside, Mike, to your point, Trout went 2 for 10 in that series in Boston. 2 for 10, 1 run, no doubles, no homers, no triples, and no ribbies.
Well, and the other part about it too is you have to feel that the Red Sox were doing something right as up and hits his back towards the middle.
Nice grab on the extension. Dig out by Healy. Well done at both ends.
Great play.
Like Gene had a little extendo arm there to come up with that play. Beautifully done as LeBlanc goes 1-2-3 against the Angels here in the 3rd. Cruz and Seager, 3, 4, and 5 here against Andrew Heaney. Mariners got their runs in the first inning. 2-run double by Seager and a wild pitch scored Nelson Cruz. Haniger was the first walk of the game, first of 2 by Heaney. Real good year for Mitch Haniger. 272 entering tonight. 17 homers, 62 runs batted in. Which is real. Been riding the coattails. JD Martinez in the RBI race. He's got 62. Martinez at 67 starting today.
There are a lot of great things to like about Mitch in this first half, Dan, but I think the thing that has really been impressive for me is for somebody that doesn't have a lot of major league experience, just how consistent he has been day after day after day.
Yeah, and I would say he's consistent on both sides of the ball as well. The defense has been very strong and consistent, makes good throws from the outfield. Just everything about his game is consistent. And you're right, that is, for a younger player, a guy with not a lot of experience, it's unusual.
Two pitch here to Haniger, and he got caught in between. Strikeout victim number 6. Hey, let's go back to that inning ender as Gene Segura plays Go Go Gadget. Watch the reach on this. Boy, that last step and a half, really nice. A good dig by Ryan Healy. Well done.
And laughing at D. Gordon, saying that he had it all the way.
Good job all around, fellas. Nelson Cruz walked on a 3-2 pitch. He not only having a great year, please vote for him. Doing a great job as a defender at shortstop. 0-1 to Nelly. A little bit too quick, and that's leaving the whole ballpark, isn't it? Yep. Oh, just missed.
Wow.
Straighten it out. Throw a parade for you tomorrow. JD Martinez, by the way, 4 RBIs tonight. And an 11-4 win at Washington. And goes down swinging. And he's trailing, but he's got 7 strikeouts.
He's been on the slider, getting ahead with the fastball, then throwing the slider. Mentioned it at the start of the game. Opponents hitting just 145 on the slider. He was trying to bury it. It's Nelson to chase it.
Just watching him work here in the first couple innings, really got kind of a sneaky fastball. It looks like it gets on you a little bit. You don't really expect it. It's 93, 90 to 95, but kind of sneaks up on you, and then he's able to bury that slider like you mentioned, and it's a tough pitch.
Just the shift on Seager. Simmons and Fletcher all move towards the right side as Kyle beats the shift. Base hit left field with 2 outs here in the 3rd. 2 for 2 night for Kyle Seager.
Kyle really putting together a nice homestand. Already a couple of hits today, a couple of RBIs, a double. This time he's going to go the other way. Primera Supermo. Right on the outside corner. Solid line drive.
Kyle now 5 for 11 on the homestand. Here's Ryan Healy. Strikeout wild pitch in the first inning. He was aboard. And Heaney pitched his way out, striking out Span and Zunino to prevent further damage, but he did give up a 3 spot. 77 miles an hour on that one. That Nelson Cruz foul ball. Statcast has it at 477 feet. 1-1 to count to Ryan Healy. 112 on the exit velocity, so the reason why he's third in average exit velocity in the major leagues. Heaney reading a book out there. I mean, he is taking forever.
Typically, you like a quicker tempo.
Ground ball to Simmons. There's a Kinsler, and that'll do it for the Mariners. No runs, a hit. No errors, and a man left. 3 complete. A 3-0 Mariner lead. Flowers, what do you think of LeBlanc to this point?
Well, he's done what he's had to do. He's moved the ball around very, very well, and the 3-0 lead doesn't hurt as well. He's able to kind of just go out there and let it fly, and we're seeing typical Wade LeBlanc.
Got Albert Pujols leading off here. Mike, your thoughts?
I would agree, and I like seeing that right there, starting him off with the curveball. He threw his curveball a little bit more in his last outing, started to get a pretty good feel for it, instead of just staying with the cutter and the changeup. Gives you a little bit different option, especially early in the count, Dan.
Yeah, it's a good pitch, like you mentioned, to get ahead with it. Just throw it in there. They see it spinning, they kind of take it right away. It's a good way to get ahead quickly and then go to work.
A couple off-speed pitches here to Pujols. Up the middle, D. Gordon right there. Throws out. Albert, one away. Time for Lowe's whole team together, and a lot of impressive things going on with this Mariners starting rotation. Innings pitched. Look at that. Mariners are one of only 2 teams with 4+ starters with 100+ innings. Houston has 5.
And don't forget, Wade started off in the bullpen, so this is his 12th start of the season, or he would be right there probably at 100, definitely in the 90s at this point.
Al Stoudemire Jr., pitching coach, like to be happy about regarding his gang. Here's Simmons, 0 for 1.
I think, Dan, when you look at those innings that the starters have been able to go through so far, you really are going to notice that in August, September when it comes to your bullpen, because obviously they're not being overworked at this point.
Yeah, you're right. It's a great point, and it'll show up at that stage of the game. But right now they're taking a lot of pressure off that bullpen, and that's what you hope for.
There's Simmons cranking one, going deep. Span running out of room, and that baby's gone. Andrelton Simmons with his 6th home run. Angels were on the board. LeBlanc giving up his 10th home run. 8th to a right-hand hitter.
And most of the time when you see something like this, it's going to be because of location. I think this was a cut fastball trying to go to the inside corner. Primera Supermo, and it ends up in the middle of the plate, belt high. Simmons barrels it up.
Shohei Ohtani struck out looking first time. High fly ball, Span coming towards the line. Might have room. Hangs with it. Makes the play. Two down. Here's a look at the home run hit by Simmons. And he did hit it well. Here's Span covering a lot of ground here, right at the sidewall there. Big out. Grandma almost ended up in her lap. Here's Ian Kinsler. 2 outs and run in. Kinsler flied out the center. Span going back, makes the play. Home run by Simmons, his 2nd on this road trip for the Angels. They're on the board. It's 3-1 Mariners. The Angels and court is back in session on Friday when King Felix duels with the Colorado Rockies at 7:10. Tickets only $30 and include a 2018 Kings Court t-shirt. You can cheer on Felix and the Mariners by picking up your tickets right now at mariners.com/Felix. Dave Simpson, Dan Wilson, and Mike Flowers. Dan, Felix looked pretty good. I'd say, what, 4 of his last 5 outings.
Yeah, he's pitched very, very well, and a little shorter outing last time out, but I'll tell you what, he's been very consistent. He was up over 100 innings on that list that you showed, and doing a nice job for the Mariners.
Here's Span, Denard Span, Mike Zunino, and Guillermo Heredia. There he goes center field. Trout is on the case. 1 out. Andrelton Simmons with a home run to get the Angels on the board. Didn't play. He was injured he was on the DL in June when they were here. But in the May series, he went 8 for 16 with 2 runs batted in. He's made himself into a really good offensive player after a slow start down in Atlanta before the trade was made. Always been an outstanding shortstop. Here's Mike Zunino. Struck out on 3 pitches. Heaney's got 7 Ks. Off speed pitch.
That looked like a changeup. A couple of fastballs at the top of the zone. Mike's first time up. You mentioned the strikeout.
Ground ball down to third, gobbled up by David Fletcher. 2 down. Dan, you can relate to this. I got a kick out of it before that pitch watching Martin Maldonado. I think Mike and I talked about this before, going full Tony Perez with the leg out. I mean, Tony, yeah, Pena. Right. Tony Pena.
Yeah. Tony Pena, yeah. You know, it's funny. He was such an anomaly at the time when he did it, but you see so many more guys now with different kind of stances, and that one being one of them. And I think a lot of that is just all attributed to the fact that these catchers are graded now so much upon their receiving and trying to get strikes, and they find positions that when you get down to a knee, it gets you a little bit lower. The target's able to lower, and you're able to work underneath the ball and bring it up in the strike zone as you receive it.
Did you vary your stances?
No, we were all very traditional. You know, we didn't have the metrics that they have now, and some of the receiving things that they look for.
Oh, nice grab by Albert. Step and a dive, touches up, and the inning's over. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. The bottom third of the order in the 4th inning. 3-1 Mariners. For his 4th win this season, and earlier today, right before first pitch, picked up a contract extension from the Mariners. Extended through the 19 season and options for 2021 and 22. So congratulations to the left-hander from Lake Charles, Louisiana, by way of the University of Alabama. Good for him. Martin Maldonado leads off, followed by Cole Calhoun and David Fletcher. Double to right for Maldonado. And a swing and a miss. Ryan Roland Smith joins us right now. Smitty, your thoughts on what the left-hander's done to this point?
He looks good. You know, he struggled a couple times on that road trip. And I think the biggest key for him, I know, look, he's throwing 86, 87, but fastball's still important for him, especially pitching in to righties. I felt like when he was in Baltimore, didn't pitch bad, but everything was down and away, down and away. I felt like he had to be perfect with that pitch. Otherwise, these guys just keep leaning out over the plate onto that pitch, especially you see Andrelton Simmons so comfortable in that at bat. I just feel like with that cutter of his and that good fastball, he can command it. If he pitches in, he's in great shape.
Ryan, overall this year, watching Wade pitch and originally in the bullpen, now in the rotation, what are a couple of things that impresses you about him?
I just think, I mean, plus command, that's the biggest one. We got to see him a couple years ago, and there was just that inconsistency. I think he relied so heavily on that changeup. It felt like it was his safety net where he had to keep going back to that changeup. That was a couple of years ago, and he did have a good run. But you could see when you're talking second, third time through the lineup that he just didn't quite have that depth in his repertoire, in his arsenal. Now the difference, the cutter has been a huge pitch for him this year, but also too just the plus command, trusting that curveball, and good quality pitches on both sides of the plate.
Ryan, you mentioned Simmons, and we saw him hit that ball into the bullpen out there. But then the next two guys are able to get quick outs, get fly outs to left field. How important is it after a pitcher gives up a home run to get that next guy or get the next two guys and get your team off the field?
Yeah, it's everything. It's one of these things. You can get upset about. You can, I like to call it anchoring on that pitch, where you made a mistake, and you start second guessing what should I have gone with this pitch or this. Could I have made this pitch better with the release point, or the command wasn't there, or whatever. And the longer you spend thinking about all these little things and all these little thoughts, you're not focusing on that next pitch. We talk about that with Felix Hernandez too. The difference this year, when he is going well, he's able to lock back in. He'll give up that leadoff double and go right after that next hitter. That's the difference. I think with Wade, we've seen that this year as well. Having the confidence, knowing, what, I'll throw 85, 86, but when I have my plus command and when I execute that third pitch, that curveball, whatever it is, I'm in really good shape. And it's so important, especially too when you got a 3-run lead, you give up a run, they're crawling back into it. You know what? Get some quick outs, get you guys back at the plate.
Ryan, what did you think when you heard about the contract today for Wade?
I love it. Look, guys, I was this guy. Trust me. You're constantly scratching and clawing to impress someone. You're always auditioning. You're in spring training. You're trying to make that team. Or you get a chance to be in that rotation, and you constantly feel like you have to go 7 shutout to stay in that rotation. It's always that glass half empty. So a guy like Wade LeBlanc, who's had such a good couple months, showing that he's an established guy, he's a fixture in this rotation right now, and he's being awarded for it. Rewarded for it, and I think that is great. It's good to see. I love the fact that Jerry DiPoto is going against the grain. You're going to look at the staff. And it's a risk for the Mariners, because you know what, if all of a sudden things don't quite go the way he wants to go in a month, they're going to say, oh well, it's the stuff. But you know what, they trust this guy. He's obviously a good clubhouse piece with this team, and you know what, reward the guy. He's going to be here for a while, and he's going to keep putting up these numbers.
Breaking ball swung on, popped up, coming in Heredia, and there's 2 away. And Ryan Nolan-Smith, thank you, sir. Catch you on Mariners post game presented by Alaska Airlines with Brad Allen. 2 outs. Top of the order. Get back to David Fletcher, the rookie infielder, who's 1 for 2. Houston 5-3 at Texas, going to the bottom of the 9th inning. So last ups for the Rangers. Fletcher led off the ball game, base hit to left. Second time up, grounded out to short. LeBlanc, 1 out away from 5 complete here. Best game of the season without question is June 16th. Masterpiece against a very good Boston club. 7 2/3 of 2-hit shutout ball, 9 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch. Back up this way. Wade and the Mariners trying to get their 8th consecutive victory here.
I thought Ryan made a good point, Mike, and it goes to your point too about the curveball. That 3rd time through the lineup, when you're able to mix in another pitch,
right,
earlier in the ball game, it helps you when you get back to that 3rd time through the lineup as well.
Haniger puts that away. A 1-2-3 5th. Wade LeBlanc looking good. He's got a 3-1 lead. Top of the order coming up for the Mariners. by Heritage Distilling BSB Brown Sugar Bourbon. You can't spell baseball without BSB. Part of a really good crowd here at Safeco Field. It's the Mariners. Middle portion of this homestand, 3-1 lead over the Angels. First of 3 with that ball club, and then Colorado comes in. Dave Sims with Mariner Hall of Famer Dan Wilson and Mike Flowers. Here's Andrew Heaney. He'll face Dee Gordon for the 3rd time. Dee has twice grounded out the second baseman Ian Kinsler.
It's really looking important for the Mariners to take advantage of that first inning and score the 3 runs, Dan, because Heaney now all of a sudden he is settled in after throwing 32 pitches in the first.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it with Wade LeBlanc having troubles in his first inning. Heaney had trouble in his first inning, but able to settle down. And I think, you know, it's interesting. A lot of good pitchers are like that. They have trouble for whatever reason getting out of the box, but once they get settled in and locked in, then it's tough scoring on them. And so far, that's been what Healy has done tonight.
Well, I think that's for the Mariners why it's so important for them to take advantage of those situations. It's something that we've seen either the first or second inning when the opposing pitcher is struggling and they get runners in scoring position. They've been able to pick those runs up and get an early lead at times because of that.
Here's Segura, double and a strikeout looking. Strike 1.
I think the other thing they've been able to do offensively is add on pretty well throughout the ball game. They haven't been able to do that yet, but those extra runs here and there really make a big difference.
There's 3 runs coming in the first inning. That goes foul.
And all the extra pitches that he had to throw in the first.
Right.
And maybe you can get into the bullpen a little quicker than maybe you thought you were going to. Segura an all-star for you?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. What a year.
There's a drive left field, staying in the yard. Upton right there, and there's 2 down. MLB at bat, your #1 Mariners app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get the Mariners home screen icons and features such as the MLB TV game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB at bat today. There's Mitch Haniger walked and scored in the first, struck out in the 3rd. Three runs on 3 hits for the Mariners, a run on 3 hits for the Angels. The only run for Angels, Simmons home run. Mariners got a first inning 2-run double Kyle Seager and a run scoring on a wild pitch, allowing Nelly Cruz to score from 3rd. Count for Mitch. Similar type swing he ended the ball game last time the Angels were here when he hit a home run. Well, stick him there, eh?
Fine tar, it looks like.
Guys like to have a good grip on the ball. Tar obviously helps you to do that.
That's only been going on for 100+ years, right?
Yeah.
Off speed pitch gets Mitch looking. 8 strikeouts for Heaney, who has really settled down, holding the Mariners to no runs and 1 hit over the last 4 innings. bobblehead collection you could put together. Play today. That's one of the good ones there. James Paxton with that Challenger Eagle on his right shoulder. Mike, I still get the willies when I see that from that when we were watching it live during the anthem in Minnesota back in April. It has gone final. Houston 5-3 winners at Texas. Here's Mike Trout. A comebacker to LeBlanc. A pop-up to D. Gordon. Shift is on with 3 defenders left side of the infield. Trout, Upton, and Pujols. 2, 3, and 4 here. This will get out of play. Trout's numbers here at Safeco Field entering today: career 66 games, .336 batting average, 20 homers, 52 runs batted in. Two-one pitch. Seager, quick release. Healy, nice dig. They got him. Trout 0 for 3 tonight. Well done at both ends again.
Typically Kyle will charge the ball, but kind of an in-between hop, so he actually backs up a step, gets rid of it quickly. Primero Supermo, the great pick. And that is not easy anytime it gets close to the cut of the grass. Well done.
Healy's made a couple of nice digs here tonight. 1 out here in the 6th. Strikeout looking at a ground out for Upton. Strike 1. Wade LeBlanc tonight has struck out 2, walked 1. The walk in the first inning did not hurt him. He's had tremendous success against Upton. He's 0 for 2 tonight, making him 3 for 27 career against Wade. Straight up in the infield. And already about a step or 2 towards left. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 3 strikeouts for LeBlanc. That's the first one swinging. 2 down here in the 6th.
A good pitch down at the bottom part of the zone. And some good location on all 3 of his pitches here. This one starts at the bottom of the zone and just does catch the bottom of the zone, but a good pitch down there, a little cutter. And Wade LeBlanc's location, as we know and as we've talked about before, Mike, he's got to have that good feel for the location, and he's had it so far tonight.
He has, and I think that cutter that he throws is so important, and I think more than anything for his changeup. That pitch was more in the middle of the plate at the knees, but typically he'll go inside off the plate, move hitters around Dan so they can get to the changeup.
1-1 to Pujols, who's walked and grounded out the 2nd. 2 down here in the 6th. 2-1. Mariners got 3 runs in the first, nothing since. Andrelton Simmons a home run on the 4th for the Angels. A 2-1. Pujols coming off a 4 for 13 in the series at Baltimore. The 2-2 from LeBlanc. Weak ground ball. Here comes D. Gordon. What a great way for Wade LeBlanc to celebrate his contract extension. 6 strong innings. 3-1 Mariners. By Jack in the Box, this season of Mariners Double Play means free Jumbo Jacks from Jack in the Box. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. Spectacular weather here in Seattle. More expected tomorrow. 80-degree range tomorrow. A 1:10 first pitch, game 2 against these Angels. Here's Nelson Cruz to lead off against Andrew Heaney. For Nelly, his 3rd plate appearance, a walk and a strikeout. He hit one foul that came close to leaving the entire building. Hit it up and lookout landing to the left. The foul pole, 477 feet, 112 mph on the exit.
Well, Little League, we used to say straighten that out. We would take that right here, wouldn't we?
Boy, ain't that the truth. And he's showing a pretty good breaking ball here after a rocky first inning. Mariners with 1 hit since that first inning. Base hit by Kyle Seager, who's having a good night. He's 2 for 2 and driven in 2 of the runs. And he's taking a lot of time. Here we go, 0-2. Swing and a miss on that breaking ball. Nelly, quick dismissal. That's 9 strikeouts for Heaney as we play here in the 6th. Join T-Mobile in showing your appreciation for all military and vets by sharing a photo or video using hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes for each tweet or post. T-Mobile's going to donate $1 to support veterans. 9 strikeouts for Mr. Heaney. Season best of 10 strikeouts against Houston back on May 14th. Seager having a good night. 2-run double to right in the first. A 2-out single in the third. Single to left. The 0-1 to Kyle. So Houston has checked in with the victory 5-3 at Texas. And here's a high drive, hooking foul. Rolling 2 strikes to Kyle Seager. We saw Nelly going sleeveless the other day. I was going to go sleeveless. Then I saw Nelly. I said, nah.
The guns were out. It was unbelievable.
Reaches out and pulls it. Easy play for Pujols. Check in with Angie Mentank. Angie, what do you have?
Hey guys, everybody gearing up for the 4th of July holiday tomorrow and using the hashtag Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines. We've got this one from Jim. His grandson's rocking the Mariner cap, his first one, refusing to take it off. It's a good boy right there. And then Alan, peanuts, Cracker Jacks, check all that. Now it's time for some high cheese pizza. And finally, Kathleen's mom traveled all the way from Florida to see her favorite team. And tomorrow she is turning 39 again. All right. Happy birthday to her again. I've been 39 holding for a while now, guys.
Stuck in that holding pattern. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Here's Ryan Healy, who is struck out, reached on a wild pitch. That was in the first. And reached on a fielder's choice in the third. It's hit a lot of off-speed stuff. And he's been effective with it here tonight. One-0 pitch. Staying with the steady diet. So Heaney against Healy. Heaney with 9 strikeouts. Career best 10. He's done that twice. That might work. Here's Kinsler. Bobbles. Healy is aboard. A lot of spin on that ball. Off the end of the bat.
Yeah, it was spinning sideways like a top and kind of a funny hop. He hit off the heel of his glove, Primero Supermo, and it's right off the end of the bat.
E4 on that play. Kinsler with his third error of the season. Here's Denard Span. Struck out on a 1-2 pitch. First pitch swinging in the fourth, fly to center. See if he grinds this at bat. 2 outs, men at first. Span is very comfortably shown since we get to see him on a very regular basis. He doesn't mind working a deep count. Slaps it the other way, base hit. He's got that Fred McGriff, Tom Emanski no stride on the swing. Time now for our CenturyLink What's Next, and we know Mike Leake will start for the Mariners, coming off some impressive recent performances. That game he threw at Boston was fabulous. Mike Scioscia has yet to make a determination. To see Span with that base hit, his third of the homestand. So the base hit by Span, the first hit since the third when Seager got a base hit to left. Let's see, with 2 outs, they can get a big knock from Zunino, who struck out and grounded out to third. And Mike's about due 0 for his last 9. Ball 1. Mike with a titanic blast upper deck during that Kansas City series. That was back on Friday night, the Mariners 4-1 win.
Interesting, 3 of the 4 hits for the Mariners tonight are from left-handed hitters. Kyle with 2, and now Span with 1. It's been tough on the righties with that slider down. It's been a really tough pitch for the right-handed hitters to handle.
Ball and a strike here to Mike Zunino. Laid off it. Lefties came in hitting .213 off of Healy. Right-handers .250. The Oakland Ball Club continues to win. 6-2 final, beating San Diego. 5 runs in the 6th. Mark Canha hit his 11th home run, and Jed Lowry, my goodness, 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. 2 outs, couple of men aboard for Mike Zunino, a 2-1 pitch. You hear Trip Gibson say a little outside. Good count here for Mike. Strikeout and a ground out. Guillermo Heredia is on deck if he can keep it going. Three-one pitch here to Zunino. Off the end of the bat, a comeback. And that'll do it for the Mariners. They get no runs on 1 hit, an error, and 2 left. To the 7th we go. 3-1 Mariners. Sims with Dan Wilson and Mike Blowers, and you got to love Wade LeBlanc coming out here for the 7th inning.
I love seeing it. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, big day for him, no question, off the field, but pitching a great ball game, doing what he normally does, only been touched up by Simmons here, and great to see him. Pretty good shape pitch count wise. I think he's just he's cruising right now. This is good, really good outing for him.
For the Angels, they really haven't had any opportunities to drive in runs. Either they're 0 for 3 so far. You mentioned the home run by Simmons, but he's just really just kind of cruising through right now. Seems to have really good command of his changeup in that cutter.
Right before the game, it was announced Wade signed a contract extension with the Mariners. So that was nice. Getting through the 19 season options for 20, 21, and 22. Here is Andrelton Simmons. Homered on a 2-1 pitch. It's this one. Here's Segura backhand. Double clutch. Strong throw. Big stretch by Healy. Nicely done. You can see Gene reload, make sure.
Yeah, I don't think he had a real good grip on the ball, so that's the reason why you mentioned the double clutch. And then the stretch by Healy over at first.
A couple of nice plays by Healy at first base. That one pick that we saw on the Seager throw and that stretch right there. What a difference a first baseman can make, Mike. And infielders have talked about it for so many years. Just I remember John Olerud being the guy that we had here for a number of years, and Ole was the best. And our infielders just had to get it in the neighborhood over there, and they knew that Ole was going to get it. What a difference it makes.
It takes care of the confidence for the entire infield when you know that. And typically, because you know that if you just get it in the area, they'll make a play for you. You typically are more accurate with your throws.
Yeah, exactly.
1-1 to Ohtani. Struck out looking, fouled out the span. The left field. Oh man, that's a good one there. It's 76, 1 and 2.
I think the other thing with it too, Dan, is you're probably more willing to try to make plays, or sometimes maybe you'll eat it, but you'll try to make a play because you know that the first baseman will pick you up. It's really important, I think.
1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Got him. 4 strikeouts for Wade LeBlanc. 2 down here in the 7th. Make sure you get Sounder Trade and Link Light Rail tickets right to your phone. Paying's easy with the Transit Go Ticket app. Some really good control here by Wade LeBlanc, fellas. 4 Ks, 2 outs, and Kinsler 0 for 2.
Vincent and Pazos both getting loose in the pen. 94 pitches for Wade. The season high is 98.
Boy, he's got a nice, clean, thorough inning here. 7 complete by Wade LeBlanc. Looking for that 4th victory. He's got a 3-1 lead. And you can do something great if you win Washington's lottery. Play today. First of 3 with the Angels. And the Mariners making a 3 spot in the first inning stand up. Wade LeBlanc has been outstanding. James Paxton and the Mariners, they're going to take on the Rockies for an interleague matchup on Saturday. So come catch the two teams face off under the summer sun. 1:10 first pitch, plus the first 20,000 fans pick up a free pair of Mariners sunglasses, courtesy of Emirates Airline. Head to mariners.com for seats. See if they can get Wade LeBlanc a little more of a cushion here. Guillermo Heredia to lead off. Bunt goes foul.
I think for Wade, he is now at 95 pitches. So he's probably done. Alex Colomé getting loose in the pen.
Heredia, strikeout victim and a ground out to Pujols at first. Swing and a miss.
Dan, you and I were talking about it in the break. Wade has really thrown the ball well, but at some point you have to get the guys from the bullpen into the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you look at an off day yesterday, not a lot of work in that Kansas City series because your starters went so deep into the game as well. And you want to keep those guys fresh and sharp. And so I would be surprised seeing Wade back out there.
That certainly has been a big change from recent years. Look out. Worried about getting the relievers in there, right? It's a change. What a different year.
It's a good problem to have.
Yes, it is. Marco Gonzalez has made a habit of getting deep into games as well. Complete game last time out. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Heading tied up in knots.
Well, that was. See them talking in the dugout. Marco, of course, is going to pitch on Thursday against the Angels, so trying to pick up everything he possibly can. Wade gave him a pretty good blueprint today.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, that's I think an advantage for a guy like that third guy in the series, in a 3-game series. He's able to watch a team twice. A guy like LeBlanc will approach it similarly to how Gonzalez will approach it. So lots of information sharing going on in that dugout there. You see Mike Zunino join the party. He will add what he sees from the hitters as well. And that's what it's all about, being able to communicate. And what's making you successful and how you're getting these guys out and what their approach is, and you put all that in together and come up with your game plan.
Slap foul by D. Gordon. He's behind 0-2. It's had a rough night. 3 groundouts. 1 for his last 15. By the way, that strikeout by Heaney, getting Heredia to swing and miss. 10 strikeouts for Heaney. 3rd time he has reached his career best. That flip shot's going to get down. Base hit for D. Gordon. So he's aboard the American League base stealing leader. Nice job to put it in play with 1 out. Stick around after the game for Mariners postgame. It's presented by Alaska Airlines. Stat Services Ball Club trying to win its 8th consecutive ball game. Houston with the win tonight. 34-16. Meanwhile, Mike Scioscia's ball club is 2-5 on this 4-city road trip.
That was pretty interesting. It looked as if Mike wanted to make a pitching change, and Charles Nagy, the pitching coach, was staying there. Then they started to talk, and maybe Charles wanted to leave him out there. Heaney now at 98 pitches. His high this year has been 116.
Pretty good lead for D. Gordon, sitting at 299 career stolen bases. Strike 1 to Segura. Double to left, struck out looking and flied out to left. Brian McCann out several weeks, knee surgery coming up.
Saying 4 to 6 weeks.
Segura down the right field line, out of play.
Dan, I would have to think that will have an effect on Houston. I know that they have a veteran rotation, but still McCann has been around. That's the reason why he's in Houston. His ability to call a game and get these guys working through it, probably really helping the bullpen out, so they're going to miss him.
Absolutely. It's a perfect example. We just saw in the dugout there with Mike Zunino talking with the starters, talking with the pitchers, and when you remove that catcher, a guy who's comfortable with all those pitchers, it's going to be an adjustment, no question about it. It's a tough piece to lose. It could disrupt things for him.
McCann was not having a great year at the plate, but good leader, been around, veteran guy. Can just 50 games, hit 206. 1-2 here to Segura. Jumped on that breaking ball down the line. That is a foul ball.
That would have been really impressive if he was able to keep that fair. Looked like the slider, Dan, in off the plate, able to get the barrel to it, and it was almost off the pole out there.
Yeah, he almost did keep it fair, and you're right, that pitch that's that far inside, to be able to keep it fair. He did all he could to keep it fair.
Trying to help it.
And Mike, as I watch Heaney make his move to home plate with Maldonado, these two are tough to steal on.
Gene takes off as it gets through Maldonado.
But I wonder if that's the conversation that was going on maybe between Nagy and Socha down there about keeping Gordon at first base with this good move that Heaney has on the plate on the mound.
D. Gordon on the move, beg your pardon. Pass ball. D in scoring position, a 2-2 count to Segura, 1 out. Mariners holding a 3-1 lead, 3 runs on 5 hits. For the Angels, a run on 3 hits and an error. Up the middle, D has to retreat. Two outs, runner at second, 7th inning. Say thanks to the men and women who make America the land of the free and the home of the brave. The Mariners and EQC are offering 10% off select seats to members of the military all season long. For details, visit mariners.com/specials. 2 outs, see if Mitch Haniger can pick up that run. He struck out looking in the 5th, swinging in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 1st. There goes D, looking for career stolen base number 300, and he's got it. D. Gordon, a 2-out steal of 3rd. Congratulations on the milestone achieved here.
An easy steal for him.
22nd of the season.
And congratulations. Getting a standing ovation from the fans here at Safeco.
D. Gordon, 300 career steals. Bouncing ball to Simmons. Throws out Haniger. That'll do it. But congratulations to D. Gordon, number 300. To the bullpen we go. Mariners lead at 3-1. Take a look at the Columbia Bank difference of the game. How about Wade LeBlanc? He's in position to win his 4th game. Changing speeds up and down, in and out. He's been very effective tonight.
A lot of strikes from him again. Really pitched well. Some defense behind him. That always helps. Ryan Healy having an excellent game at first base. But for Wade LeBlanc, the cutter changeup combination, Dan. Pretty good
it's
again.
a tough one, and I tell you, he had great location with all his pitches tonight. You mentioned the cutter. What a great pitch that was for him. And I tell you what, a great ball game on a great day. Congratulations again to Wade LeBlanc on a great outing and a new contract.
7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. It was the solo home run. Just the 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 95 pitches, 60 of those for strikes.
Time now for Beacon Plumbing. Call to the pen. Hard throwing right-hander Alex Colomé.
I'll take a look at Colomé's numbers. 38th appearance on the year, 34 innings, 33 strikeouts to 11 walks. Opponents hitting .261. Get that mid-90s fastball and that really good slider.
Martin Maldonado, the catcher. First pitch from Alex. In there for a strike. Colomé to face Maldonado, Cole Calhoun, and David Fletcher, 8-9-1. Mariners coming into today's game, my goodness, the starters 500+ innings, 3rd most in the majors behind Houston and Cleveland. So the concern is, how do we get these guys in the bullpen, get them some work?
I'm talking about it's a good problem to have.
Mariners with a 54-31 record. Houston's already checked in with the win. Haniger going towards the and on to the warning track for the catch. 1 away. Maldonado 1 for 3. He had a double and a ground out. And D. Gordon, career bag number 300. He is now tied with Melvin Upton for 164th place all time, along with Frank Tavares for 300 stolen bases. Of course, Ricky Henderson is at the top, 1,406. Lou Brock, Billy Hamilton. Here is Cole Calhoun. Hope Chris Young is okay. Suffered an injury on the double. Foot, leg, knee, something gave out. In the first inning on a double, it scored 2 runs with the bases loaded. This is a different Cole Calhoun, struggling. Mike, you called it. Try anything. If you fall off the table, you got to get back on somehow, some way. Hitting just a .168 coming in tonight.
Yeah, I think when you try different things and you go back to your normal stance, but you just right now at this point for him, he's just trying to find anything that'll work.
Survival mode,
yeah,
right?
That's it. Colomé with a good fastball tonight, 95, 96 miles an hour.
Two balls, 1 strike. Calhoun is really upright in his stance. He fouls this one off. He had 19 homers, 71 runs batted in last year. Noe Ramirez heating up. Just 3 seasons ago, Calhoun 26 homers, 83 runs batted in, hitting .256. 2-2 pitch. Mike Leake will go tomorrow. Mike Scioscia's not made a choice on who's going to start for him tomorrow. Marco Gonzalez, Tyler Skaggs on Thursday. Colorado Rockies come to town over the weekend and then do it all over again down in Anaheim and then to Denver, and then we'll be at the All-Star break. 2-2 to Calhoun. Full count.
Calumet continuing to just throw fastballs, good hard fastballs, trying to stay in with it.
Three-two pitch. Set to left field. Span on a giddy up and can't make the play. They get it back in. Cole Calhoun at second base.
Typical play. The ball is going to be slicing away from Span. Fastball away from Calhoun. He was in position to make the catch right off the end of his glove. Cover a lot of ground though with the ball slicing away from him.
So a double for Calhoun. Tying run at the plate now. Top of the order, David Fletcher. Fletcher 1 for 3. Oh man, 97 on that pitch. Calumet and Span, late May acquisitions from Tampa Bay. Just strike 1-1. With Calhoun at second. Swing on this. Twelve games for Calumet in the month of June. 10 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 8 runs all earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, and 3 home runs. Not the ERA he's looking for, 6.75, but we're in July. It's a new month. Put Fletcher away with 1 out. Span, long run again. This time he's under it. Makes the catch. Calhoun tags. Comes to third with a dive. He's in there safely. There's 2 away. 2 away here in the 8th. Time now for our cricket attendance for today's game. 38,624. Fireworks show coming up after today or tonight's ball game. Have to wait till it gets dark. We're moving along here. Not surprised to see this. I got 4 for you, Mike. I got 4 fingers. Get yourself to first base.
Well, we were wondering how they were going to play it.
Before the game, Scott Servais said situations will dictate.
Right. Trout with 13 stolen bases on the year. Keep an eye on him.
Go ahead run at the plate. And Justin Upton. 0 for 1 against Calumet. Trout a legit threat at first. Ball 1. Trout 13 out of 14 in base stealing. Upton a 3-hole hitter. He's got 44 runs batted in. 0 for 3 tonight. Trout holds pitch. Nice job by Zunino. Ball 2, 2-0.
Great pick by Mike Zunino. You could tell Calumet doing what he can to be quick to the plate. Good speed at first base. Mike Z's done a nice job this year throwing runners out, about a 40% clip.
T. Gordon shading up the middle for Upton. Big pitch here at 2-0 to get back in the count. Fly ball center field, backing up already. It's staying in the yard. Makes the catch, inning over. Threat dies in the 8th. Mariners with a 3-1 lead. Cruz, Seager, and Healy coming up.
But Angie Mentig here at the Ford Sports Desk. Now, it might be a little late to book it for tomorrow, but have you ever heard of Lookout Landing? And I'm not talking about the really cool Twitter follow. No, I'm talking about the area here at Safeco Field. Your private party can enjoy a bird's eye view of Safeco Field, Elliott Bay, and the cityscape throughout the game. Packages include view-level seating and a food and beverage package. You're looking for that unique way to celebrate with your coworkers, clients, friends, family? Well, think about Lookout Landing. You can start the party before the game. This was earlier tonight, and then continue in this unique location all game long. Now, all you have to do for more information on how you can book Lookout Landing for your next Mariners game at Safeco Field is visit mariners.com/groups and click on hospitality icon. You cannot just follow Lookout Landing on Twitter. That won't work. Guys,
Nancy, thank you very much. Noe Ramirez pitching to Nelson Cruz. In tight to Nelly. Walk and run scored. 2 strikeouts tonight for Mr. Cruz. Cruz, Seager, Healy, 4, 5, and 6 for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th, up by 2.
Ramirez average fastball at 90 miles an hour. Slider changeup.
With us earlier, he saw first inning Chris Young suffer a leg injury out in right field, trying to retrieve a double by Kyle Seager. Turned out it was a left hamstring strain. That's bad. Could have been a lot worse. There's a drive deep left field. Boom, stick baby. Nelson Cruz with a screaming line drive. 22nd home run. And the Mariners have an insurance tally here. It's 4-1 Seattle. Ahead in the count and kaboom!
And I don't know, Dan. I think he missed it. I think that might have been towards the end of the bat. Screaming line drive into Edgars. Romero Supermo, fastball. Now 22 home runs on the year for Nelson Cruz.
52 runs batted in. That got him fired up here. 38,624. Been a good night for Kyle Seager. 2 hits. Impressive. 2-0 count. And quick exit.
In a hurry.
Off of young Noe Ramirez, a 28-year-old out of LA.
And Edwin Diaz getting loose in the pen.
1-1 to Kyle.
Kyle having a good night, 2 for 3, a double, driven in a couple of runs.
High ball left field. Upton under it. Well, day baseball tomorrow for the 4th of July holiday. On the air at 12:30 with the pregame show. Mike Scioscia hasn't made an announcement yet, but we do know that Mike Leake will be on the mound. And Mike, 8 wins on the season. He's had some really good performances. Most recently, the one in Boston. Man, that was good. And Baltimore, back-to-backers. Here's Ryan Healy. That one's ripped down the line. Hooks foul. He's seen a steady diet of off-speed pitches from. Saw a steady diet of off-speed pitches from Heaney, his starter. Oh, 2 to Ryan. Had a good defensive first base tonight. Really nice grabs on some short hop throws. And some good stretch too to help out his infielders. 4-1 Mariners, 4 runs on 6 hits for Seattle, and run on 4 hits and an error for the Angels. Strike 3 called. He knew it. Well, as many of you know, they had opening ceremonies at the Special Olympics up at UW over the weekend. And Dan, you were down, like you're involved in the softball venue. I was down there yesterday. Good stuff.
Down at Federal Way, outstanding stuff. Dee Gordon came down. Bill Kruger was there. Jen Mueller came down, and just a great time to be with some of the athletes down there. And what a great day weather-wise. But I tell you what, the inspiration and the joy those athletes have down there, it's a lot of fun. And what a great time we had at opening ceremony as well. Seattle very privileged to be able to host those Special Olympics.
Walter Jones on a pregame show was talking about some of those athletes going to be here, I think tomorrow. That'll be great. I saw a couple of kids from Oklahoma, a couple of gentlemen from Oklahoma ride one out down there. Some guys could swing it.
I believe Oklahoma is the 3-time national champs coming into these Olympics.
I'm not surprised. You know, it's one of those things as I'm walking up, you're hearing pow, pow. Like, who is that? A couple of guys going large, man. That was good stuff. Nick Vincent on the right, Edwin Diaz on the left.
Yeah, if the Mariners score another run, Vincent will probably be in the ball game. If not, see Edwin.
0-2 to Span. Off the glove of Ramirez. Can he win the race? Kinsler's there to throw him out. Inning over, 1-4-3 for scoring at home. Nelson Cruz providing some 8th inning thrills here. Look at this baby lands. He hit it well. And look, all right, buy another one. Just a matter who's going to get the bill. 4-1 Mariners.
Sing happy birthday to America tomorrow. No doubt about it. You guys know it. We live in the greatest country in the entire world, and what makes it so great, the men and the women that protect this nation. Taylor checks in using the hashtag where I root from the Middle East. And then we've got this one from SFC Ricky Kalkstein. Hats off to heroes. Happy anniversary to the Kalksteins. Happy anniversary indeed. Again, the hashtag to use is where I root, presented by Alaska Airlines. And Teresa is with family. You keep the photos coming. I will try to get them on the air. Just a reminder, though, when you use that hashtag, it does give us permission to use your photo on the air. Guys.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Ninth inning, 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Angels. Edwin Diaz is on.
32 saves on the year, a 2.45 ERA, 71 strikeouts in 44 innings. Opponent's inning just 164 against Edwin.
Let's take a look at our Coors Banquet Timeless Moment. June AL Reliever of the Month. You betcha. 14 games, 12 out of 13, a .188 ERA, 2 walks against 20 Ks. The opponent's hitting .226 against Edwin Diaz. He's been some kind of special.
Upper 90s fastball at times. He will hit 100 and a slider.
First hitter's going to be Albert Pujols. Ball 1. Albert tonight a walk and 2 ground outs to D. Gordon at second. 4-1 Mariner lead. Trying to make it 8 consecutive wins. Up and in Albert 2-0. High pop. Seager taking a look along with Zunino. Nothing doing. Diaz with 32 saves. 7 more than Craig Kimbrell of the Red Sox. 8 more than Wade Davis in Colorado. 2-1. Beauty. Mariners 4-2 this season against the Angels. Swept them last time they were here in June. 2-2 to Pujols. Off the fist. Gene was playing deep. Got plenty of arm to get Albert. 1 down.
Good job of pitching right there by Edwin. Give a little credit to Mike Zunino after the first 2 pitches. Got behind, he went out there, kind of calmed him down a little bit. Next 3 pitches were strikes and then got that ground ball. So nice job by Zunino, but really got Albert jammed big time.
Here's Simmons, 1 for 3, homered in the 4th. The only run for the Angels. Houston checked in with the victory at Texas. So with a win tonight, the Mariners will stay 1/2 game behind first place Houston. Astros now at 56-31. The Mariners a couple outs away from going 55-31. Ball 2 strikes. One, 2. Fought it off.
They're not easy to do that. 98 miles an hour on the outside corner, top of the strike zone. Been able to get a piece of it.
Fireworks coming up after this ball game. 38,624. And full coverage will be available to you here on the postgame show. Pitch, broken bat, ground ball. Here's D. Gordon. 2 away. Still going to have to wait till it gets dark enough.
Starts him off with 3 sliders, Dan, and then that good fastball in on his hands, been able to jam up the first 2 hitters.
Used to call that the chainsaw, and they're getting taking care of some wood. But you're right. After seeing the sliders getting that heater, jammed him, got the ground ball.
Shohei Ohtani strikeout looking, fouled out to left, strikeout looking. First pitch. A hey now fastball at 97, right down the pipe. Got him 0-2. House is rocking here at Safeco Field. Edwin Diaz, 2 outs and ahead in the count to Shohei Ohtani. The count 0-2. Diaz deals up high, ball 1.
99 miles an hour. Pretty good right now.
He's feeling it. I don't like that. Diaz set. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the ball game. Mariners win it 4-1. Their 8th consecutive victory. They're now 5-2 against the Angels. Wade LeBlanc picks up the win. He's now 4-0. A fabulous game thrown by the left-hander, and Edwin Diaz comes in to lock it down. For Dan Wilson and Mike Flowers, I'm Dave Sims. We turn it over. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines and Brad Adam.
Well, Dave, thank you very much. Edwin Diaz, Major League leading 33rd save. The Mariners take game 1 of the set 4-1. Impressive fashion, striking out Shohei Ohtani to end this one. The Mariners have now won 8 straight games. That is a season high. They do it on July 3rd. They do it on a fireworks night here at Safeco Field. We'll get to those fireworks in a second for you. Have those live on our post-game show. We're going to talk about the winner tonight. Wade LeBlanc got the big extension before the game, went out and threw 7 fantastic innings against the Angels. He's now 4-0 on the year. And again, Edwin Diaz getting it done. Most saves before the All-Star break. Diaz now with 33rd, tied for 3rd most ever behind Smoltz and K-Rod as we get down to Jim Mueller now, the guy who drove in the first couple of runs tonight. Our post-game interview brought to you by Alaska Airlines. Jen?
Absolutely. Kyle Seager plating a couple of runs. It is back-to-back games with multiple hits. Kyle, where's your swing at right now?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. You know, it's always nice to get results and nice to get a lead early. So it was a good day today, and you know, Wade was awesome.
Wade was awesome. He kept Mike Trout off the base paths. That play you made on the Trout ball in the 6th inning, sometimes we've seen you charge that ball. What factors come into play when Trout's running to first?
He runs really well. You know, I think, you know, I may have not played it as well. I tell you, Healy picked me up there. It was a great play by Healy. He had a couple really nice plays tonight. He made a few really nice clean picks over there, and, you know, the game could have gone a lot differently if it wasn't for it.
Well, and Gene Segura with his arm, his ability to get there, the cannon for an arm, does that ever surprise you?
No, Seg's been awesome. He's got a really special arm. He's been playing unbelievably good defense this year, and, you know, obviously hitting's been incredible. So he's been doing everything this year.
Last quick question. You know Wade LeBlanc better than we do. He gets a contract extension today. He gets the win. What's the most likely way Wade will celebrate today?
I think we were celebrating harder than he was. You know, it was really cool. Everybody was extremely excited for him, you know, congratulating him, and, you know, he was just ready to go pitch tonight. So it was really cool. I'm really happy for him and his family.
And I'm really happy that you guys got the win. We'll let you get inside. Thank you, Kyle, as the Mariners extend their season-high winning streak to 8 games. There are fireworks coming up here at Safeco Field and on the postgame show. But as we get you to break, how about a look at our Primera Supermo moments from the game? Wade LeBlanc getting the job done. Ryan Healy, you hear, picking up Kyle Seager. Much more after this.